Hi, everyone, and welcome to Conversations at the PIOJ. Here we have a short conversation with leaders and influencers about their public speaking, leadership, and media engagement journey. You are about to meet one of Jamaica's funniest influencers on social media. This person is also a mental health advocate. My guest, Juliet Bodley. This is
Hi.
Conversations. Hi, Juliet. This is Conversations at the PIOJ. I am Odine Cole Phoenix. Juliet Bodley, thank you so much for joining us on Conversations at the PIOJ. Tell us, Juliet, how did you get started as Julie Mango?
Because I eat too much Julie Mango. When I was a kid, there was a big Julie Mango tree at the front of my yard. And I used to just sit in the tree or under the tree and just eat mangoes after mangoes after mangoes. And then my dad, being the troublemaker that he is, well, I got my personality from him. Oh gosh, what if you hear me say he's a troublemaker on the internet? Oh boy, lashing. But my dad, he gave me the nickname Julie, which coined itself into Julie Mango. And then from I was a kid, my parents, my family, they call me Julie Mango or they call me Julie. So that's the name itself. So I've always had that nickname. And then anything that I would do on social media, I would just say Julie Mango because I couldn't think of anything else. Maybe like prestigious Queen of England or something. That wouldn't work. So when I had a TikTok account, I just chose to name it my pet name, which is Julie Mango.
And I think it fits you quite well. Were you always naturally funny?
The thing is, I mean, growing up, persons, like especially in high school, I would be saying stuff and persons would just be laughing or they would find it funny. And I don't really try to be funny. I just be myself and try to make people feel comfortable or just try to make people feel happy. And it ends up coming off funny. I don't really try to be funny. I'm not like, I keep telling people that I'm not like a comedian or anything. I can't write a joke because it would flop.
Wow. I'm curious though, Juliet, did Toastmasters contribute to this journey?
Of course. Listen, I remember Miss Herman Maxwell took me under her wing. Said, don't you move, child. But yes, Toastmasters definitely helped me because I remember the first time when I did my icebreaker and I got a lot of coaching from Herman Maxwell and from what's another she has a doctorate and she's an older lady. I forget her name. I think you remember her
Dr.
name.
Jean Small.
Dr. Jean Small, yes. Those two persons were like the first two people in Toastmasters to say, hey, fix up that or do this or do that and give me tips and tricks and stuff like that. And yeah, from Toastmasters, that was like the first stepping stone in terms of public speaking. And then I went on to do my John Maxwell certification in 2017. But like the Toastmasters was the foundation of all of that, this whole public yada yada.
Wow. Wonderful. Thank you so much. What kind of support team do you have?
Support team? Okay. My friend Carl, my friend Nadine, my friend Krista, my friend Daya, my friend Shirley, all of my friends from Jamaica. That's my support system. And then of course my family, they are just there supporting me in the background. They're not really into social media like that, but they're like, okay, that's what you're doing. All right, fine. We love it. But like on a day-to-day basis, it's really my friends who support me and give me that push, whenever I feel tired or whenever I feel like I can't bother. And then of course, God is my number one support system. But I mean, he's all the way in heaven. So he has people like humans that I can talk to.
Wonderful. Juliet, give us a sneak peek of the process and the time needed to prepare your content.
I mean, to give you a sneak peek, boy, that mean I have to show you the house. I mean, not showing you because no, it's not into a good condition right now because some of the costumes them from the one that I need to do for tomorrow is handy floor. But anyhow, so like if I'm gonna do a skit, the first thing I have to think about is a costume. I think about a skit weeks in advance. If I put out a skit today, it means that I was thinking of it from maybe 4 weeks ago. Because I have to think how, so for example, let's see now. I did a skit where Deion Jackson Miller interviewed persons who were bleaching. And how I did the skit, I had to make sure that it wasn't offensive. If the person who I was imitating watched it, I would want her to laugh as well. She was the one that said the word pregnant instead of pigment. So I have to think how to present it as funny and that it's not offensive and that everyone can laugh and that the kids can laugh. So I have to think about how to present it, and that takes a while, right? After that, now then I think about the costumes, and then when I'm starting to film, that filming takes, depending on the amount of characters. So if I have one character, it might take maybe 40 minutes to film. But if I have 2 characters, multiply that by 2 or 1.5. If I have 3 characters, we're gone into 3-4 hours. The more characters I have, the more hours it takes to film. And then to edit will take another 1 to 2 hours. And depending on the characters, it goes up. So anywhere from 3 hours to 8 hours. But the average is like 3 to 4 hours to edit.
Wow. What I like about your content too is that you always incorporate some Jamaican proverbs. And I think that's one way of transferring some of that knowledge, especially to children. I really like that. I really like that. Juliet, where do you get the inspirations for your videos?
I mean, most of it is my childhood, right? Like childhood occurrences, because my family, them full of drama, as in good drama and bad drama, like every family. But so many things when I was growing up would happen that and it's stuck in my brain and I would reenact it, right? But it's like a community. I always tell people, my followers, or I don't like the word followers, the audience or person that support me, it's almost like a community, because they will DM me and say, okay, Julie, I want you to do this. I want you to see you do a skit on that. Can you skip this, please? So I have ideas coming in my DM and I would do them and they would like it and stuff like that. So the inspiration comes from the people that support me, my audience. It comes from my childhood, and then from my day-to-day activities. Like something will happen and I'm like, I'm going to do a skit about that though. So that's it.
Really good. Before we go, Juliet, what are some guidelines or tips you can share that you use in writing and delivering different types of content, since you do so many and are on several platforms? What are some tips?
I mean, tips, that's all I'm knowledgeable. Lord of His mercy. All right. Well, what I've found that works for me so far. First thing, I don't know about anybody else, but I pray. I mean, I don't go down and say, Lord, help me with this skit right now. But during the day, I talk to God. I say, God, do you think I should do this? Do you think this is offensive? I really, really want to post it. Tell me how to put it out without it, So I pray a lot, and God is my backbone, right? Separate and apart from that, no. So that would be my tip: to trust God with your content. Trust God to give you ideas. Trust God to give you the energy to do it day after day after day. Trust God to help you to deal with the comments and all of the challenges. So that's the first thing. Other tips: be your authentic self. Don't try. You can use inspiration from other creators, but don't try to be them. Like, just be yourself, because just by virtue of the fact that you exist, you are unique, and there's a space for you here on this earth to do your thing. So don't try to copy anybody, and just try to be yourself, right? Try to establish like relationship with, because for me, what's more important is the relationship with my audience or with my followers. I hate that word, follow me. Establish a relationship with them. If they DM you, try to text back, try to respond to the comments. It can get overwhelming. When it does get overwhelming, take a break, relax, go to the beach, do something. Your followers will understand, because they are people too, and they will see the effort. So try to build a relationship with the community or with persons who follow you. And then last is that when you're putting out your content, don't feel, how do I say it? No, don't feel pressured to it's almost the same thing as saying don't try to be like somebody else. Don't feel pressure to have your content fit a certain criteria or a certain niche. Just put out there what you have in your heart to put. Just post it and see what happens. And
Okay. My guest is Juliet Bodley, one of Jamaica's funniest influencers on social media and a mental health advocate. Thank you for joining us. This is Conversations at the PIOJ. Until next time, walk good.
until next time, well, good. I had to, I'm sorry.